12 principles of leadership that I have distilled in my books. Number one, purpose. I'm going to give you this statement next to them. Write them down. To become a leader, you must discover your purpose. Purpose is discovering your sense of destiny. You become aware that you were not born just to make a living and breathe oxygen. You discover that you were born to give life something else. You were born to do something for humanity. Number two, vision. A leader must have a perception of the future that is respectable and noble. They see a future that's better than the present, and they're willing to go to it at any cost. Number three, passion. All leaders must have a commitment beyond their own safety. They must be willing to handle the tests, the opposition, the criticism because of their passion. Passion is the only thing that can stand up against opposition. And passion is a desire that is stronger than the threat of death. A person who has passion, you can't threaten them because it's too late. And this is why I define passion as not finding something to live for, but finding something to die for. If you find something that's worth dying for, you've discovered your passion. And that could even be a business idea. You know, you have a business idea, you believe in it so much that you actually would refinance your house to go into this idea. That's a passion. Life normally eventually pay that person off. Life will watch you to see how far you will go for your passion. Then life will pay you off. Number four, convictions. Very important one. Leaders must have a deep belief in their rightness. Now, what I mean by that is leaders must believe in what they believe is right. And they must never have it for sale. Conviction means I believe in something so deeply that you will not be able to buy me to give it up. This is lacking in leadership all over the world. Very few leaders I see on the horizon have conviction. Matter of fact, I'm nervous. I look at some of the religious leaders, some of the political leaders, some of the corporate leaders, and these leaders, they don't have any conviction. No conviction, and this is dangerous. And today, the pressures of life, you know what they call current affairs? This term current affairs is very dangerous lately. There's a current in our affairs. And if you can't swim with your convictions, you can float down with the current. And so far, a whole lot of folks just floating. The minute you float, you are not a leader. Leaders do not follow the crowd. What makes a person a leader is the fact that they oppose the convention. The conventional things. That's what leaders are made of. People who defy the context. Who say to life, this is not right, and I am not going with this. The pressures that the people are feeling today in leadership is exposing their lack of leadership because they have no conviction. I can hardly find a leader in the world right now. Very few, and I think I travel a little bit, and I meet them. And you could see, even in my own country, I'm trying to identify, okay, who has conviction? Conviction. Opposite of conviction, write it down, is compromise. I believe that compromise was created for things that are not important. But for things that are important in life, whatever you consider to be important, there's no compromise. This is why people go to jail like Nelson Mandela. His conviction was so strong that he was right. He decided, I'm going to prison for 24 years for this one. Where are these leaders lately? In other words, leaders don't look for approval or even to be liked. They want to be right. And I'm going to tell you something about life. If you are always on the right side, life will always keep you alive, even after you die. Your convictions actually help you live forever. Think about the leaders who died, like Mahatma Gandhi. His convictions about the oppression of Indians by the colonial powers of Britain was so deep. He said, I'm going to starve myself to death in prison. And he refused to eat. He was skin and bones when they delivered him. And they actually dismantled colonialism in India, the largest country in the world at that time, because of a skinny little man who was stick and bones, who decided, I have a deep conviction. If my people are not free, I'm not eating another morsel of food, and I'm going to die on your hands, and the world will know that you killed me. What a conviction. Are there any politicians around like that? Or are we just making deals under tables, or deals in conference rooms, or deals in boardrooms? Are we making deals? What about conviction? You young people here tonight, please find something worth dying for, please. Me, I've been criticized all my life in the Bahamas. Criticism actually qualifies you for respect. Criticism is normally when people don't like the fact that you have too much deep convictions. People want you to go with them, and when you refuse to go with them, then they become very uncomfortable with you and sometimes lash out at you. But your convictions are your deep belief in what is right. Leaders, secondly, number 5, have compassion. Compassion is love for the dignity of humans. All leaders have a deep love for humanity. You study again, just call the names I called. These people gave themselves for people. They were willing to sacrifice for the dignity of other humans. That's compassion. That's what Jesus did on the cross for humanity. He laid his life down, not for himself. He had compassion on humanity. And he decided, I'm going to set them free if it kills me. And it killed him. Of course, he rose again to check, make sure it happened. Number 6, leaders must live by principles. And this will be the focus of our event coming up in November. The principles are the standards that you decide to live by, to function by. Certain things you will not violate. I will not steal. I will not bear false witness. I will not take deals on the table. I will not lie. I will not commit adultery with other people's property. I will not steal. I will not take what they call it, kickbacks. I will not pad invoices. I will not over invoice a project. In other words, these people have standards. A leader has standards. Where are the leaders? Number 7, leaders have values. Values are what we call codes of ethics. The ethical, it's like a personal contract with yourself about what is important to you. Code of ethic. Number 8, leaders must have a clear plan. Always a clear plan. Always be a planner. A leader can have a plan all the time. Have a plan that they're working on in their lives. Their life is planned. This is important because leaders are not people who are looking for a current to take them somewhere. They already got their GSP all worked out. They got the destination clocked in. They put the coordinates in their lives into life. They know exactly where they're going. They, how they say in aviation, they got their flight plan already logged in. So when the hurricanes come and the storms come and the lightning flashes and the thunder comes and the rain comes, they know that's okay. I'm going to bump around a little bit, but I got my coordinates in. They have a plan. Leaders are not afraid of setbacks and side tracks. All they know is that they have a main track. They're going to stay on track. They may even fall and get up, but they're going to get back on track. Leaders have a one-track mind. Yes. Number 9, persistence. Big one. Leaders are committed to success. That word commitment is important here. Persistence is insisting on what you desire. Persistence means I insist on getting what I dream. I insist on it, which means that life gonna have to let this go. Life could hold this as long as it wants. I'm going to get this. Persistence means bearing up under pressure. It is the foundation of courage. It is the very thing that gives the leader stickability. Persistence means that I believe in the future so much that the present have to let me go. This is persistence. By the way, those who are watching me online, you can put that quote right there and send it out. Persistence is when you tell the present, the future is more important than you. I'm going there. That's what leaders are. They don't live in the present. They live in the future. Their body's in the present. They believe in the hope more than they believe in the environment that they are in. Leaders have this powerful persistence. Number 10 is dedication. I'm going to write a book on this one someday, but the dedication is so important. I discovered that dedication is more important than loyalty, faithfulness, and commitment. And someday I'll explain that. But dedication is the highest form of relationship. Dedication. You can be loyal and not be dedicated. I could be loyal to you for the wrong reason. That's what I'm saying. In other words, I could show up every single day loyal to you. Why? Because I want your job. There you in love. Faithfulness is also not as important as dedication. You can be faithful to something for the wrong reason. That's why marriages don't work. Marriages don't work because people marry people who are faithful and committed and loyal. Let me tell you something. Your marriage is not safe if the person who loves you is committed. But they can be committed to you, come home every day, but still their sweetheart. So they are committed to coming home every night. But where they been before that is the question. See, so the commitment doesn't mean that you're safe. And the loyalty, they can be coming home every day. They come home every day. That's loyal. I got a loyal husband, loyal wife. They always come home. Yeah, but where they been on the way there? So the loyalty doesn't mean that you are safe either. Am I coming home? See, dedication is a different story. Dedication means I live on you. I exist on you. If you fail, I fail. If you survive, I survive. I live for you only. A dedication. Leaders must be dedicated to the task. You know, there's some folks who are loyal to you until pressure comes. Come on, talk to me, leaders. They with you. Yeah, I'm with you, brother. How many people left Martin Luther King when them dogs and them hoses showed up? They gone. This man crazy. A lot of people left them. Why? They weren't willing to be bitten with dogs and thrown into prison in Alabama. They said, look, we'll march with you, but we ain't going that far. So we're loyal and we're faithful and committed to a point. But the man who decided to go to jail with him, like Andrew Young, was dedicated. Dedication means if you go, I go. If they kill you, I am dead. That's what marriage should be built on. How dedicated are you to your vision? Are you willing to take all the criticism, all the abuse? Leadership. What they say, take a licking, keep on ticking. That's what leaders do. They take a good licking, and then they get up and keep on ticking. That's what leadership is about. I hope this has been helpful for you tonight. And number 11, sacrifice. If you're going to be a successful leader, you're going to have to be willing to be a sacrifice. You must be willing to suffer for the cause of your vision, what you want to do. And finally, number 12, and this is an important one. A leader must be accountable. You're not authority unto yourself. You are accountable to someone else. Leaders are always submitted to a higher authority. First of all, there must be a person or persons on earth. Don't tell me you're submitted to God.